Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and today I'm going to be talking about my TBR for this year, how it went, where it stands, what I read versus what I bought, and stats like that. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to start with the number that I had at the start of the year. At the end of 2019, I went through my shelves, I got rid of a whole bunch of stuff, and then I counted all of my books. I also, at the end of 2019, I think in November, I made a spreadsheet of all my TBR books and roughly the year that I got them so that I could keep track of that and see what I had and what I've had for a really long time and keep track of the things that I buy each year. So I started this year with 261 books on my TBR, so that counts fiction, non-fiction, everything. So yes, that was the original number, and then I tracked that to see how it would go throughout the year. I have a reading spreadsheet as well, so I can see how many books I read versus how many I buy each month and then over the year as a whole. So I got 277 books this year. I did get quite a few gifts this year. I also got a couple of ARCs here and there, so I didn't buy all of those. Percy is being his usual cheeky self. Yeah, buying books is kind of a coping mechanism, and obviously this year has been a journey. So I don't usually, I don't stress too much about buying books because I know I'm going to read them. I like to have a big TBR. I know that there's always this conversation about people spending a lot of money on books and buying a lot of books, and don't subscribe to that ideal personally. I think people should buy whatever the hell they want, and it's really no one's business. So yeah, I only buy books that I genuinely am interested in reading, so I don't really care that there's a lot of them. Would I have liked to have bought less? I guess so. But we're going to get into that in a minute. This second half of the year, I've bought way less books than I did in the first half. I bought a lot of books in January. I was in London and in Copenhagen, so I bought a lot of things there. And I knew that I was going to do that. And then obviously we went into lockdown, and we were, in a pretty consistent lockdown here in Melbourne. So I bought a lot of books online to support different indie stores and things like that. So bought a lot of books, and then the second half I bought quite a few in October for my birthday, a lot of which trickled into November. So a lot of books there. But there was in August I bought 5. In September I got 14. Quite a few of which were gifts, and I don't feel too bad about it, because my TBR as it stands today, which is the 16th of December, I have 243 books, unread books. I know I have one more that I ordered that is on its way. It may arrive tomorrow or the day after. But other than that, I only have one pre-order that doesn't come out until 2021, and I haven't ordered any more books. So I'm not waiting on anything else to arrive. I will be doing a book buying ban. I haven't bought anything in December. These are all ones that I ordered in November, and I will be continuing that book buying ban until February, so hence why I pre-ordered that thing that comes out in January, so that I could have it and hopefully read it that month and go back to buying things in Feb. So as to what I've read, out of the 226 books that I've read so far, which I'm hoping to read about another 9, which may sound a little ambitious, but they're all pretty short books, so I think I can get through them. But out of those 226 so far, 165 of them were books that I owned, so all the others were borrowed. I don't count ebooks as ones that I own because I want to keep that as a separate thing from my physical TBR, so quite a few of those are probably ebooks as well. And that is 73% of all the books that I've read this year. So I haven't read enough to counteract all the ones that I have bought, but I did also unhaul this year over 140 books. In July, at the end of July, I just went through and just got rid of 24 of them that I didn't want to read, things that had been on my shelves for a really long time and that I just wasn't interested in, or ones that I was interested in but I really needed a different copy of it. Quite a few of my classics were like really old secondhand ones that just weren't really that readable, so I unhauled a lot of them, and rather than immediately replace them, I will replace them if and when I decide to read them. And then of course I also did a look through my shelves again last month as kind of my end of year clear out. I did an unhaul that you will have seen. I did it in November this year because my books, I donate them to my dad's partner's school. They're sort of a country school, a bit disadvantaged. They don't have a huge library budget, so I donate all the books to them, and then like the teachers go through them and pick out books that they want, and my dad's partner goes through them and picks out what she wants, and everything else gets filtered down, and so I wanted to make sure that that was there before school closed up. And yeah, so I think I've done pretty well on that account. And yeah, that's the end of today's video. I'd love to hear if you have stats like this, if you track what you've bought and what you've read and whatnot. Well, would love to hear about that. And I will see you all tomorrow, and I will be talking about a couple of the books that I am hoping to get to in January. So I'll see you all then. Thanks for watching. Bye.